What's up guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you guys are liking the new setup right here. It's a little bit dark, so I'm going to start working on it a little bit more to get this lighting a little bit better. But today's video is going to be a little bit more of a niche topic, and that is how to find a lender for a property. This is just referring to how to find a mortgage broker, how to get a loan on a property, the process to do it, what my approach is, what I like to do, and then also red flags and things to specifically look for when you are shopping around for a lender for your mortgage on a house. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video. I hope you guys are all having a great week so far. I believe this video is going to get uploaded either Wednesday or Thursday. It's currently Tuesday evening for me right now, about 5:40 in the evening. So let's do it. So I wrote down 3 different approaches in order to find a lender. There's probably a couple more out there, but these are the 3 main ones that I thought of. The first one, and the one that I would actually recommend, is going through a real estate agent. Real estate agents, this is coming from an agent perspective. A lot of the times they have their preferred lenders they like to work with. 1, because they've worked with them on plenty of deals before. 2, because they know if they get pre-approved from this lender or they qualified the buyer for a loan, it's most likely going to go through. A lot of the times, sellers and real estate agents on the seller side are worried about financing falling through and breaking apart the deal. So this is actually very, very important. A lot of people are worried about, like, once they get into escrow on a property or a property goes under contract, they're worried about their financing not being able to go through. Especially right now with how competitive the market is, they don't want to miss out on a deal because the buyer's financing didn't go through or they didn't end up qualifying later on. So having your real estate agent actually find you a lender or refer you to the lender they use is, I think, really nice. Obviously, you want to make sure that the real estate agent you're using is trustworthy, that their intentions to put you in contact with their lender are good and in your best interest. You obviously want to make sure you trust your agent. You don't want to just go off the agent's word. You still probably do want to shop around even more. I always recommend shopping around at least 3 different lenders, not only for interest rates, but also just how you like working with them, the responsiveness and stuff like that. The second approach is maybe you don't have a real estate agent yet, or maybe you don't have a good relationship with your real estate agent yet where you don't fully trust them or want their opinion on things. Just go off word of mouth. Ask your friends that closed on a house recently. Ask how the process was with their lender, how the closing process was, if it was a headache, if it was smooth, if they were responsive. Word of mouth is always a very, very good thing. And nowadays, you're always going to know someone that's most likely sold or bought a house recently. So that is a really good referral if you get word of mouth from just colleagues, friends, neighbors. The third thing is if the word of mouth, if you don't know anyone that has a lender, or if you don't have a real estate agent yet, is just go on Google, type in best lender in Phoenix, Arizona, call them up, feel them out, call 3 or 4 different places up and see how you like talking to them on the phone. Look at their reviews. Reviews are going to be very important. They're most likely going to be honest reviews as well. And then actually I do have a 4th one. This is just going in directly to a lender. This can be going into a Chase Bank or a Wells Fargo bank. If you have a really good banker at one of these specific places, I would go to them directly, be like, hey, I'm trying to buy a house. Can I talk to your mortgage broker specialist in this specific branch? A lot of the times, you're going to save fees doing this too, but you may not get the best interest rates, and you have to shop around yourself because you're not having a mortgage broker actually do that for you. Basically, the purpose of a mortgage broker is to go to all these different banks and find out what the best interest rate is going to be for you. So if you don't have a mortgage broker and you do it directly, you might have to go into a Wells Fargo, a Chase Bank, a couple credit unions and stuff like that to really figure it out. But that is definitely a possibility as well. So now some things to look for, reasons why to go or not to go with a specific lender. My main thing with getting a lender is not necessarily the best rate. A lot of the times, every single lender that you go to is going to have a very competitive rate. The biggest thing that I've personally dealt with on my 3 rental properties is getting a lender that is going to be responsive, that is going to be available pretty much all the time, whenever, whatever day of the week it is. You can have trust that they're going to respond to a text message over the weekend. It doesn't have to be like a whole 5-hour conversation on a Sunday evening, but you can trust them that they're going to respond to a text message, keep you updated on the process of how the loan's going and stuff like that. The last thing you want to do is have a 30-day escrow on a house and you never hear from your lender whatsoever. Maybe you get hear from them once or twice. You want to be on top of them. You want them to be updating you. You don't want to have to go and jump through hoops to try to get information from them. So my best thought on this is find a lender that you work with best, that responds the fastest, that responds via text, email, phone call, whatever you do, that responds on the weekends, that responds after 5 p.m. You don't want someone that's strictly working 9 to 5, and then if it's on the weekend or after 5 p.m. they don't answer their phone. yeah, they don't have to answer their phone, but it's really nice to be able to text your lender and have like more of a personal relationship rather than just like a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday business relationship. You want to be able to text them comfortably and ask them for updates. Like I said, you don't want to ask them, have a 5-hour conversation with them over the weekend. That's really not fair to them, but just being able to know that they're accessible whenever, wherever is really, really nice as well. And that's a big thing that I look for my lenders. The first lender that I have wasn't too responsive. He was kind of keeping me in the dark a little bit on my first loan, and then I found my second one, and he and she, a lot of the times you're going to deal with their assistants as well, but they had quick response times. They would respond to all my emails. They would keep me updated. They let me know the situation. They let me know what I needed, so it was very proactive. And I really, really like that, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be stressful closing on your first house, second house, third house. You just don't want to have to deal with even more stress than what already is happening on the closing process of your house. So another thing you want to look for is obviously interest rates. You're going to want to shop around to get the best interest rate. If you even get like even a 0.5% difference, that can have tens of thousands of dollars different over the 30-year span, which is most likely a lot of you guys are going to do 30-year fixed rate mortgages. So make sure, even if it's like 0.1% off, you do want to make sure that you are getting the best possible interest rates. And a lot of the times, once you start bouncing interest rates from like, oh, I went to so-and-so and they gave me this interest rates, you're going to start to see a lot of people negotiate a little bit more, and your interest rate will naturally go lower as you shop around through different lenders. I would say at minimum like 2 to 3 lenders. Shop around, call them up, see what interest rates they have, and then go from there. And then obviously you want to make sure that they're going to respond on time and everything I just said previously. The last thing, small thing, this is like not a huge deal over the long span, but you're gonna have to pay a fee for their services. Essentially, it's called loan origination fees. A lot of the times on the settlement statement, these can vary a little bit, but like at the end of the day, if you're closing on a house for $500,000 and one origination fee is $1,500 and one's $1,400, yeah, it's $100 off, but in the span of things, if you're gonna save a bunch of stress and stuff like that, I would just go for the one that you prefer more. Now, it could be a little bit different if they have like some crazy fees or some like a crazy origination or service fees that you see on the settlement statement. That can be a little bit different if they're charging like triple of what someone else is, and I would either negotiate down in price or just go with a different lender as well. So I noticed with the lenders that I've used, they're all within $100, $200 of each other at the end of the day. So it's like my personal preference on who I like better, who I like to work with more, and who's able to get me a loan. So that's pretty much it. This question was actually stemmed from someone messaging me and asked me just basically how do they find a lender and what to look for. So I wanted to make a video on it. I know this is not going to be like a huge video. It's not going to do really well on this channel, but hey, if someone's ever searching for it, I hope this video helped you guys out. Finding a perfect lender is gonna be a crucial part in your home buying process. You're obviously not gonna be able to do it without a lender, and it's just gonna make the process a lot easier if you enjoy working with the person that you hired on for this. So that's it, guys. Once again, if you guys ever are interested, basically the first step you want to do in the home buying process is call up a lender, get a pre-approval letter. A lot of these real estate agents will not even show you houses until you get a pre-approval letter. So that's going to be the first step in your home buying process. It gives you qualification. You can prove it to not only your real estate agent, but the other real estate agent if you ever do put an offer on a house. And it also just gives you an idea on how much of a house you can afford, because they're going to be like, all right, you can have a $300,000 loan, but if we're already shopping or looking at $400,000 houses, then you're going to have to change your criteria a little bit on that. So I hope that helps. Pre-approval process is very, very easy. I think it's a soft pull, so I don't even think it hits your credit. Very simple. You can get a pre-approval within a couple days. You're most likely going to have to hop on a phone call with a lender. Give them some proof of income, maybe some W-2s, depending on how much detail they want from you. And then pretty much from there, they're going to email you a PDF of what you can afford. And you got your pre-qualification. I believe it lasts for 90 days right now. So you have basically 90 days and you can renew it after that, and so on. So if you guys want more specific details on kind of the process of that, I can make a whole nother video on it, but be sure to comment down below so I do know. If you guys are interested in looking in the Arizona area, I am a licensed real estate agent that specializes in investment properties and income producing properties, so I'd love to help you guys out. Make sure you guys get a good deal, and that's it. If you guys do want a free stock from Webull just for depositing $100, then you guys can check the link down below. I actually believe you get a free stock for just opening up an account. You don't even have to deposit any money whatsoever. So if you guys want to get that, the link will be down below. I get a free stock, you get a free stock. It's a win-win just for opening an account. So I think that lasts until like the 31st of this month. So you only got a couple days left by the time this video is up. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.